So we were transferred here from Ohio, and when our realtor took us house hunting, we looked at several different houses and couldn't find anything that we liked right off the bat. But after a couple days, she said, you know, I think the houses that you liked the best were the same builder. So she said, I think you need to go meet with Steve from Syringa. So we went and met with him, and I think in a matter of an hour or two, we had a contract, and we were flying out the next day, and it was done. We had seen, you know, kind of took our house off of a house that he had already built, and made some changes, and yeah, we were on a plane, and it was done.
Okay. We have, my wife and I have built several homes. Many homes. We've moved 10 times, as she's probably told you. And we came here and in 5 days found exactly what we wanted to do. So we did a lot of research before we came. We knew the neighborhoods that we wanted to be in, and we looked at probably 30 or 40 houses. And what we saw is that there was a consistent kind of theme. There's 4 or 5 houses that we saw of Steve's that we really liked, and none of them were in the exact right area or necessarily in the, you know, exactly what we wanted. And so we zeroed in, met with him, and once you meet with him, then that kind of seals the deal, because he's a very trustworthy, you know, you immediately have a connection with him. He's a very kind of a warm guy. And, you know, through the process here, I think it's kind of proved out that he is what he represented himself to be from the very beginning, and it's been a great experience.
Well, I'll tell you a couple things that attracted me to the house right off the bat. Number one, my husband and I are both tall, and the house kind of made us feel small because the ceilings were so high and the doors were tall, and just everything was kind of grand. And so that was kind of a cool feeling, kind of weird, but. And then I love the feature of our master closet goes into our laundry room. And I love that feature.
Yeah, so having built a few houses, in many cases, as the years go on, you build better and bigger houses, I guess, you have a little bit more customization, but none like we've had with this house. So this was essentially put in what you want, and Steve was incredibly flexible, and his team was, in terms of letting us pick out whatever we wanted. Now that's the complexity of building a custom home, right? When you have the choice of putting anything in, that makes it a little more complicated. But I think they simplified the process for us. And again, it's just not Steve, but it's Kim and the entire group. They worked with us to kind of narrow down our thoughts and get exactly what we wanted.
How is this home?
This time for us was very different. We've lived all over the country, but we've lived in pretty traditional areas. So we wanted to do something totally different than we'd done before. So that's why we like Steve, because he kind of has that modern look to his houses. So we wanted to do something totally different. So we sold all our furniture, and our kids are all off to college. And so this was kind of my husband and our first house together, you know, without kids. So we did a lot of white and a lot of just different things that we haven't done before. So it's been really fun to.
I feel cool. I mean, it's it's a cool house. I know we've built a lot of traditional houses, and this one's more modern, and it has it almost has kind of a beachy feel to it, and it's kind of casual but modern, and we really haven't had that before. And it makes me feel really good, and it's kind of makes me feel it's what I've wanted to be in for a while, and you kind of build your dream, and that's what I feel about it. I love it.
Yeah, I think just working with Steve, honestly, I mean, he told us up front, he said, you know, I'll try to always say yes. If I can't say yes, I'll say maybe. And you know, so it was just nice to work with somebody that was willing to do whatever we wanted to do and whatever ideas we had. And he had some great ideas that we adapted to the house. And so it just made it really fun.
I mean, he was very responsive, but he's also, He's very empathetic. Okay, so he knows it's not an easy process. He told us up front that, you know what, if we don't have fun doing this, then we shouldn't do it. And he did. He made it a fun process, and very responsive. We made a few changes. We actually had a couple of things that were done that I had him come in and tear out and change, and he did it, and really didn't complain too much, and very easy to work with. Loved working with him. I'd build again with him.